The 2015 Audi A3 is the best car for you if you're hip to an emerging category that's putting some of the most glamorous names in motoring on small, sporty, and expensive cars. We're talking about Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Cadillac, and from Audi, the all-new A3. It's a stylish sedan, smaller than a Honda Civic, but much more desirable. It's turbocharged and loaded with technology. All-wheel drive is available. A convertible is on the way, and so is the high-performance S3, a diesel sedan, even a plug-in hybrid hatchback. It looks like the A3 is going to need all that to compete with some pretty impressive rivals. I'm Chuck Giametta. Join me for a car preview video review of the 2015 Audi A3. The 2015 A3 replaces a four-door hatchback that was essentially a gussied-up Golf from Audi's parent company, Volkswagen. This new A3 also shares some underskin engineering with the latest Golf, but with a base price range of $31,000 to almost $43,000, it's much more expensive. And it's got more upscale competition, including the new Mercedes-Benz CLA and the BMW 2 Series. The Acura ILX is in the mix, and so perhaps is the Buick Verano. We've taken the liberty of also including the Cadillac ATS. It's slightly bigger overall than the A3, but hardly larger inside, with less rear legroom and a tighter trunk. These are all fairly small cars, although not exactly scaled-down versions of their larger corporate stablemates. They're meant to open up new markets to appeal to young, affluent buyers who don't necessarily want a large car, but don't associate small ones with cheapness. Besides the convertible and hatchback, the A3 will spawn the Q3 crossover. It'll appear in 2015 and compete with the BMW 2 Series Active Tourer. The A3 sedan debuts in two versions. One has a 170 horsepower 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine and front-wheel drive. The other a 220 horsepower 2-liter four-cylinder and Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive. Both are turbocharged and both come only with a 6-speed automatic transmission, really a dual-clutch gearbox. Audi says there just isn't enough consumer demand to justify manual transmission. All these new premium compacts are aimed to some degree at driving enthusiasts, but the only ones based on rear-drive platforms and the only ones available with manual transmission are the BMW and, surprise, the Cadillac. With its fastback shape, the CLA is the most distinctive looking. The BMW is a two-door coupe and convertible, and like the Cadillac and A3, bears a family resemblance to the next bigger car in its lineup. In Audi's case, that would be the A4. The A3, along with the CLA, has the roomiest cabin in this competitive set. Audi gives front seat occupants plenty of space, but none of these cars is particularly roomy in back. The A3 certainly is no penalty box, with decent leg clearance if the front seats aren't more than halfway back, and it beats the CLA for rear headroom. All A3s have a folding rear seat back, but the Quattro drivetrain cuts trunk volume to just 10 cubic feet, 2 less than in the front-drive A3. All these manufacturers design their compact car dashboards with the vehicle's smaller proportions in mind, and the A3's strikes a balance between simplicity and sportiness. We'd rank cabin materials quality about equal to the CLA and 2 Series, though a little behind the surprisingly well-put-together ATS. None of the A3's German or American rivals includes a moonroof in the base price, however. And the A3 is the only one with leather upholstery standard, even in the least expensive model. Only the Cadillac fully integrates its dashboard infotainment screen, but Audi leads for geek appeal with this deployable magnesium-backed smartphone-thin 7-inch high-resolution screen. Ordering an A3 with navigation gets you Audi's next-generation multimedia interface. It puts the writing recognition pad on the control knob. This is also one of the first cars with 4G LTE connectivity, as well as the Tegra graphics processor popular in 3D gaming. It's part of the A3's premium navigation system with Audi Connect, and it's a formidable package, with high-speed Wi-Fi connectivity for up to 8 devices and high-def video streaming, even onboard video conferencing. That's a lot of connectivity. So how does the A3 connect you with the road? That depends. The 1.8-liter version drives a lot like a very well-built Volkswagen Jetta. Handling is just fine, but more front drive predictable than sports sedan stimulating. Quick getaways result in some turbo lag and even some front tire slip. Audi quotes 0 to 60 miles an hour in a middling 7.2 seconds, which is what a Jetta with this engine does. The A3's 2-liter engine is used in other VW and Audi products, but it has substantially more torque than the 1.8, and the all-wheel drive system helps you exploit it, with clean launches and great grip in turns. 0 to 60 comes in a much more respectable 5.8 seconds. Mid-range passing power is impressive, and the 2-liter is a much better match for Audi's S-tronic transmission. These A3 sedans ride quite firmly, even on their standard 17-inch wheels and tires. Interestingly, both engines rate 27 miles per gallon city highway combined, which is good, although Audi recommends premium octane for each. As for A3's waiting in the wings, the convertible will offer both engines and have a soft top that can power open while the car is underway. The S3 sedan has quattro and a turbo 2-liter of almost 300 horsepower. It should do 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, but won't be available with manual transmission. The TDI will use VW's turbo diesel 4-cylinder and should rate around 35 miles per gallon city highway combined. Due in early 2015, the e-tron 4-door hatchback combines a 1.4-liter gas engine with an electric motor for a net 150 horsepower. With a full initial charge, Audi says it'll go 31 miles before the gas engine kicks in. With perks like leather seating, the big moonroof, and xenon headlamps included in the base price, the first of these A3 sedans is a good relative value. At just under $31,000 to start, the front drive model is in fact the least expensive car in its competitive set, although it's also the least powerful. Navigation costs $1,900 or $2,600 with Audi Connect. Add the Prestige package, which includes Audi Connect, LED headlights, and S-Line exterior trim with 18-inch wheels. Tack on rear side airbags, adaptive cruise control, and lane assist, and you can get a 1.8-liter A3 sedan to nearly $42,000. At $33,800 to start, the 2-liter Quattro sedan costs less than a comparably equipped CLA or ATS. Fully optioned, it's just under $45,000. Incidentally, 2015 A3s with Audi Connect come with 6 free months of 4G LTE service. After that, AT&T offers 2 data plans, 5 gigabytes for 6 months at $99 or 30 gigs for 30 months at $399. These A3 sedans are an introduction to a new breed of premium car. You give up some roominess, but not much real-world performance and even less technology. If that sounds good to you, this is a fine place to start. For more on cars, trucks, and SUVs, go to CarPreview.com.